About 16 novices have been invested into the Knighthood of St. Paul's and Christopher and Ladies of Bethany of Awka Anglican Diocese. The investiture, which was performed by the Archbishop Province of the Niger and Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, also featured the rededication of the old knights. The new knights, before their investiture, swore an oath that they are not members of any secret society and were taken through all the necessary steps before they became full members of the knighthood. Correspondent Amaka Okoye has details.
The new knights, before their investiture, swore an oath that they are not members of any secret society and were taken through other necessary steps before they becoming full members of the knighthood. The oaths were administered by the legal team of the diocese, led by the Chancellor, Justice O.J. Okeke, Most Reverend Ibezim, while examining the novices before their investiture at the Cathedral Church of St. Faith, Awka, venue of the service, asked them to be strong, of good courage, and not to be dismayed by the challenges of life and their new calling, because God is with them. Archbishop Ibezim also asked them to bring to bear the exemplary lives of their patron saints, Paul and Christopher, in their lives, homes, and profession.
They were encouraged to stand firm in the Lord and in the spirit of Easter to carry the cross and not to be a disappointment to the church. And I think they understood the language.
Congratulating the new knights, Governor Chukwuma Soludo, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, said his administration will continue to partner the church to better the state. He asked the knights to continue to contribute their quota to propagate the gospel of Christ while assisting the church in their various departmental projects. Earlier in a sermon, the guest preacher and bishop of the Diocese of Lagos West, Right Reverend James Odedeji, who centered his message on the topic faithful service, told the gathering that being faithful in service encompasses devotion, consistency, truthfulness, accountability, availability, and dependability, and stated that knights are stewards with capacity who are called to work in God's vineyard. Bishop Adedeji told the newly knighted that they are called to service as pillars of the church and as such should market the gospel of Christ with integrity and obedience so as to be useful vessels of God. Speaking shortly after the service, the president, Awka Diocesan Council of Knights, Sir Emma Ezenwaji, said knights are significant in the church because they fill the gaps in the absence of the ordained and are the weapons of warfare. In their separate speeches, some of the newly knighted, including the Deputy Chief of Staff and Chief of Protocol to Governor Soludo, Sir Chinedu Nwoye, the Transition Committee Chairman of Awka South Local Government Area, Sir Tangod and Sir Jonathan Nzekwe, said another feather has been added to their caps and pray that they will be guided by the Holy Spirit so as to do things righteously while believing God to help them to be faithful to their vows.
What I have learned about this is that I will use whatever I have to propagate the gospel of Jesus Christ to make sure that the gospel of salvation will get to where the world ends.
The service was attended by the top functionaries of the Anambra State Government and the President, Women's Ministry, Province of the Niger, and Diocese of Awka, Dr. Mrs. Mata Ibezim.